Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
Triple H had a fantastic year in 2024 as WWE's Chief Content Officer, with the company boasting an incredible WrestleMania 40. The game made fans happy with many of his choices. It seems that the tide has changed this year, and now there are a lot of fans questioning Triple H's ability to lead the company, and the recent move to Netflix has brought up a lot of questions about the future for WWE. On and off screen, there have been some questionable choices from the game lately, and the following list looks at 4 of them. 4. WWE Unreal? WWE Unreal debuts on Netflix later this month, and there has already been a lot of backlash about the idea of the global juggernaut revealing some of its biggest secrets publicly. One of the biggest things about the business is the secretive nature of the work that goes on behind the curtain, but now Netflix could open a major can of worms. WWE has released documentaries in the past that show the build to its biggest events, but they always seem to stop short of showing fans the complete story from start to finish. WWE Unreal appears to be the show that could finally leave no stone unturned, and many fans have questioned why Triple H agreed to make a show that could ruin the business more than it could help it. 3. Why do some stars get automatic rematches and others have to fight for them? In 2016, WWE opted to get rid of automatic rematch clauses when stars lose their titles because, at the time, there was no way to end the feud between the erstwhile Sasha Banks, aka Mercedes Mona, and Charlotte Flair. For the most part, this seems to be working, with wrestlers being put into matches to earn that rematch instead, but there are a select few who have just been handed rematches lately. If there is a lack of time between events, then it seems that a word to a general manager or a backstage attack is enough to earn a rematch, while there are stars still waiting years for rematches they were never able to earn. 2. Can Triple H book champions? This is a hot topic of debate among fans at present because it's clear that Triple H has a mind to book the chase for a title. He has shown it with the Cody Rhodes/Roman Reigns story and many others over the past few years, but the issue is that Triple H hasn't been able to book strong title reigns. Cody Rhodes as undisputed WWE Champion was clearly not what fans had expected, and the same could be said for Rhea Ripley as Women's World Champion. It's clear that the King of Kings can't book her outside of the title picture, and this is slowly turning fans on her. 1. Is there even a brand split anymore? With SmackDown stars frequently showing up on Raw and vice versa, it could be argued that there may not be an enforced brand split at present. Netflix initially wanted certain stars on Raw, but it seems that WWE has found a way to work around this by having Roman Reigns on Raw, while John Cena appears on SmackDown. The 2025 WWE Draft has also not been officially mentioned as of yet. This could be a hint that the brand split may be coming to an end. When Triple H officially took over WWE's creative reins, the fan base collectively exhaled with relief. The game was supposed to be the savior, the guy who would fix the disjointed stories, push deserving talent, and bring back the magic that seemed lost in the final Vince McMahon years. And for a while, it felt like he delivered. NXT call-ups got proper respect, long-term storytelling returned, and even the mid-card felt alive again. But wrestling is never that simple. Over time, even Triple H's booking has produced head-scratching moments, puzzling choices that contradict the very things fans trusted him to protect. Let's break down 4 major Triple H WWE decisions that, frankly, make no sense. 1. The Austin Theory push that nobody asked for. Triple H inherited Austin Theory as Vince's chosen one, a brash young heel with a sculpted look but not much fan support. When Hunter first took charge, fans expected Theory to quietly slide back down the card while more seasoned talent stepped up. Instead, Theory not only stayed at the top but also cashed in his Money in the Bank contract on the United States Championship. This bizarre move made absolutely no sense. The Money in the Bank briefcase has always been about a dramatic main event cash-in, capitalizing on a weakened world champion to create a shocking moment. Having Theory use it on a mid-card title stripped the briefcase of its prestige and made him look clueless rather than cunning. Even worse, Theory's promos and character work never evolved to justify the push. Despite multiple repackagings, the crowd reaction stayed lukewarm. Triple H doubled down, booking him to win big matches against seasoned stars like John Cena at WrestleMania, only for the storyline to fizzle immediately after. Why invest so heavily in a bland, undercooked heel when guys like LA Knight, Johnny Gargano, or even Chad Gable could have used that spotlight? For a man who built NXT on fan connection, This push felt like Vince's ghost haunting creative. 2. Splitting up Damage Control at the worst possible time. When Bayley returned at SummerSlam with Io Sky and Dakota Kai, fans were hyped. Damage Control felt like a fresh women's faction, finally, a group to shake up the stale Raw and SmackDown divisions. Under Triple H, it looked like women's tag wrestling was getting a lifeline. But over time, the faction suffered from erratic booking. They lost the women's tag titles repeatedly and Bayley's attempts at dominating the division fell flat thanks to constant 50-50 booking. Still, they survived, mainly due to Io Sky's breakout performances. So when Io won Money in the Bank and cashed in to become women's champion, it seemed logical for Damage Control to get stronger than ever. Instead, Triple H chose to break them up in the messiest way possible. Tension was teased forever with no payoff, Bayley's betrayal was too telegraphed to feel shocking, and Dakota Kai was left with nothing to do except play the awkward referee between two feuding ex-friends. Rather than solidify Damage Control as WWE's next iconic women's faction, Hunter pulled the rug out before they ever reached full potential. The breakup came too soon, with no satisfying climax or new storyline to justify the damage. 3. Bringing back legends only to waste them. One of Triple H's early promises was respecting WWE's legends, using them smartly to elevate younger stars without overshadowing them. And yet, time after time, he has booked major returns that end up feeling meaningless. Look at Edge's final WWE run before jumping ship to it. After an incredible comeback story, Edge was booked in random feuds with Judgment Day that dragged on for over a year. Then, with no big send-off, he quietly disappeared. Or take Lita and Trish Stratus returns. Lita winning the women's tag titles with Becky Lynch could have been a dream scenario for young fans, except they lost the belts almost immediately, and Trish's heel turn afterward never really got the traction it needed. What could have been an epic passing of the torch moment turned into a mid-card detour that did little for Becky or the division. Triple H wants nostalgia pops, but too often, he can't, or won't, follow through with payoffs that make sense. The legends go home, the new talent is barely better off, and fans are left wondering, what was the point? 4. The never-ending Bloodline saga. There's no question Triple H inherited gold with the Bloodline. Roman Reigns' dominant reign revitalized the Universal title and the entire SmackDown brand. For years, fans begged for long-term storytelling. Triple H gave it to them, in spades. The problem? He doesn't know when to stop. What started as a masterpiece, Roman manipulating his family, Sami Zayn's emotional betrayal, Jey Uso's inner conflict, slowly turned into a bloated soap opera. Instead of pulling the trigger on Roman's defeat when the iron was hottest, Clash at the Castle, or even WrestleMania 39 with Cody Rhodes, Triple H chose to drag it out, always pushing the payoff next year. Now the cracks are visible. Solo Sikoa feels like a diet Roman. Jimmy and Jay's constant betrayals have lost impact. Roman barely appears on TV. The tribal chief aura that felt so special now feels stale, all because the story never gets its climax. Meanwhile, countless worthy challengers, Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, have lost crucial momentum waiting for that elusive moment when it's finally time. Instead of cementing a new era, Triple H risks the entire Bloodline arc ending in a whimper instead of the roar it deserves. So what gives, Hunter? Triple H has done plenty right. He brought back beloved superstars, re-established respect for mid-card titles, and gave new life to fan favorites. But these 4 baffling choices remind us, no matter who's in charge, WWE is always one confusing booking call away from alienating the audience. Maybe Hunter's playing the long game. Maybe these decisions will make sense in hindsight. But in pro wrestling, the only thing that really matters is the live crowd reaction, and right now, for some of these head-scratchers, the pop just isn't there. Here's hoping the game finds the same magic he once had in NXT, before the next great push becomes the next great waste.